Husker fans here at Penn State had hope. Now that hope might be realized with their team coming back with two gritty set wins to push us to the max. And Penn State seeking its first win over an ABCA #1 ranked team. It's taken down Stanford in 6 years ago.
Well, if you came into this one seeing Penn State was up 2-0 and didn't think it was going to be a long night, you're out of your mind going against the #1 team in the country. Could never end up better, right?
Again, the numbers for Nebraska pretty consistent offensively, although they ramped it up there to hit 400 in the fourth. But the defensive numbers in stretches, especially in those two critical sets, more to Nebraska's liking. Penn State still hitting 310 for the match, but the Huskers have gotten the job done on that end when necessary.
Nebraska turned up their defense during set 3 and set 4. That's been the difference for them.
And now the quick sprint and the coin flip sometimes that is a fifth set. Who can get out to this early lead? It's Merzik and Penn State to start.
This will be a question of, can Nebraska handle this crazy environment in a fifth set when errors matter so much and points matter so much? In that fifth that only goes to 15, feels like every point is worth 2 or 3.
That is Penn State's first lead since set point at the end of set 2. And Nebraska ties it immediately, again, with the Huskers starting strong in the third and the fourth. Kind of negated a lot of that crowd noise that was so there at the start here. Beeson now matches her Husker career high with 22 kills. Merzik going off speed. Kind of a no-look touch there from Alec, and it worked to help set the table.
Harper Murray missed fifth set herself. We saw what she could do against Wisconsin, going 7 for 9 in the fifth. We'll see what this freshman can do in another fifth set against a top 20 opponent.
It's the third time Nebraska has been extended to a fifth, one at Purdue, and again, an incredible home win in that atmosphere against Wisconsin at the Madison. Now Huskers, again, finding some flow here at the start of the set. Penn State trying to keep this team on the floor positive. Tough serve from Murray. Weatherington had to zip over to keep it alive. Free ball. Nebraska looking for a touch. They've got it. Beeson delivers again.
Beeson coming up clutch for Nebraska when they need it. That is exactly what she does. And this ball going high hands on a one-on-one block, just clips those fingertips.
Again, Katie Schumacher calling was kind of out, I think, to ask. We definitely have a touch, and her team didn't say to challenge. She'll take a timeout here nonetheless. Nebraska 4-1 to start set 5.
The hoop season tips off with a doubleheader.
What a start!
First, Zach Edey leads #3 Purdue against Samford. Then, 4th-ranked Michigan State hosts James Madison. Monday on the Big Ten Network.
We are leaders who dream big, working together to improve lives off the court. Forging new discoveries fueled by nearly $12 billion in funded research each year. Home to 175 Nobel Prize innovators who are improving society through knowledge. And 6.4 million alumni, the most of any conference, making a big impact in communities around the world. We are the Big Ten, and together, we are unstoppable.
Big topics, big analysis. The Big Show, tonight on the Big Ten Network.
The Fox Sports app isn't just any sports app. It's your sports app.
For the touchdown!
Yeah, yours. Your teams. Your highlights. Your scores. Your stories. Just choose your favorites to get more of what you want.
To the end zone!
And of course, stream your teams live. The best part is free with your pay TV subscription. Grab your Fox Sports app today.
The Big Ten Women's Soccer Tournament Championship, Sunday on the Big Ten Network.
Merritt Beeson, 23 kills. Her Nebraska best tonight and gotten them in a variety of ways.
She's stepped up massively. In one-on-one, she's able to put it down. They're using her in the front and back row. She's hitting with so much range, going for high fingertips, putting this team on her back when they need it most.
Coming through in the clutch, especially elevating her numbers in sets 3 and 4 when Nebraska had to have it. Now Penn State has to have a turnaround here after this quick start again. In a set for the Huskers. Beeson sets it back up. Shut down. Boy, another one there for Wetherington. Her 7th. Win or lose, going the rest of the way. Game-changing night here for Wetherington.
This is just one of the first games that she started on that opposite position. She's been massive for them stepping up in this game, not just offensively, really defensively.
Holland right there too. 15-9 block advantage, Nittany Lions. Down 2 in the scoreboard. How about the layout from Starr? Mersick's big swing handled by Rodriguez. Mersick. Murray first contact. Bait horse. Long. Point Penn State.
String of errors from Nebraska. Penn State starts roaring back, and with this crowd behind them, Nebraska has to find a way to silence them right away.
Maddie Pilanovic. Key serve. Rodriguez gets it to Riley. How about that pass from the Nebraska libero?
Incredible pass leads to a more incredible kill from Becca Alec. This ball right in her perfect window. She sees the blockers and can just a quick snap down right through that seam.
Alec, the 3rd Husker into double figures in kills. Give her 10. Her most in the campaign. Rodriguez serve. Put up by Grimes. Riley going backwards for Beeson, who bangs another one home.
Crafty attack from Merritt Beeson. She's falling back. She's able to turn that hand around and hit a crazy cross-court shot back into the court. See, one-on-one, she turns that right pinky rather, down into the court.
Each setter has 47 assists on the night. Look at Riley dig away from a double-double. Beeson into the Penn State block. But out, and Nebraska keeping it going.
When Nebraska needs a score, or in these 5th sets, they rely on their veterans. Someone like Merritt Beeson, she is their go-to late.
7-3. Again, hadn't been her night, but keeps on firing and comes through with another big kill.
All the pins for Nebraska stepping up during this 5th set. Morgan Riley's putting them in great situations to have seams in the block. They're capitalizing on it.
8-3. And Nebraska potentially freight training its way here to the win in set 5. Husker fans loving the turn of events here at Rec Hall.
From what Nebraska has done to claw their way back in this down 0-2, backs against the wall, they've responded. You've seen it all season. They've been responding.
And timeout, Penn State. We'll step aside for the moment. Thrilling conclusion to this one on tap here on the Big Ten Network.
All Big Ten, all morning, live from Indiana. Big Ten Tailgate presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern on the Big Ten Network.
This is going to be hell on earth.
Let's go! Move, move, move!
Welcome to reality.
The world's toughest test
That's a long way down.
is back.
Oh my God.
Why are you here?
I want to get punished.
Fight!
And you can watch anytime.
This is not a game show.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test. Mondays at 9 on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Sarah Franklin leads number 2 Wisconsin against Illinois. Saturday Night Volleyball, powered by Unleaded 88, only on the Big Ten Network.
Penn State and Notre Dame face off. Big Ten Hockey. Sunday at 4:30 Eastern on the Big Ten Network.
Why is volleyball so big in the state of Nebraska? Because of the Huskers.
Soak it in. A team, its state, and a sport. Marvel at how far we've come.
Again, the debut of the big story, Nebraska volleyball, coming up after we're through here on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. That behind-the-scenes look at the history of Nebraska volleyball. They may have to do a quick edit and add this as an addendum tonight. Again, down in a 2-sets-to-love hole and halfway home here in set 5 of what would be an epic comeback for this Nebraska team, coming in 21-0, number 1 of the nation, with their stiffest road test all year, in front of over 6,600 here at Rec Hall. Mercick's big cut. How about Murray with the pirouette to get back up? Penn State, though, with a clutch point. John Cook got a challenge. Well, we'll see if his string of perfection gets it done.
This ball initially ruled out of bounds. Nebraska may be thinking to clip the end line on the way out. The swing from Batenhorst. Tough to tell from this angle whether it clips it or if there's any space. That look, it looks more out of bounds. Looks like there's a little bit of blue.
Even if it doesn't get overturned here, you almost have a de facto timeout to stymie that Penn State momentum at this point, which is kind of feels like the main thrust of this right now.
Yeah, you're also up 4. You still have 2 challenges remaining. You might as well use it as trying to kill some of Penn State's momentum, because what we've seen when they do have momentum, they're able to go on those long runs.
And then get that bonus challenge here in the 5th. John Cook talking about embracing the challenge to his team tonight. They have really battled back. And the competitive nature of this group that he's talked about. They have showed that competitiveness tonight. One more look at that ball. You say out?
If I had to make a call, I'd say out. Or stands. Maybe not enough to show, but definitely doesn't look in. Again, this ball initially ruled out. You have to have convincing evidence to overturn it. I'm not sure the looks that at least we have show that you can overturn that ball.
And again, especially with the officials trying to make sure they get this right, John Cook has just completely stifled the momentum here. Well, Penn State trying to just go on a run here to get back in it in this 5th. Again, the sprint to 15.
In this 5th set, it goes by lightning quick, and as a player in these long challenges, you need to make sure you're staying warm, because you got to go right back out there and play ball.
And it looks like we have a decision. So it stands, point Penn State. And the first one not successful tonight. Mercick serving. Rodriguez getting down for that. Beeson cross court. Point Penn State. So adept at finding those angles, but not quite that time. Riley will go right back to the well. Off speed from Beeson. Grimes in there almost collided with Pedraza. And Jackson trying to put it up. And a bad touch.
That ball coming off just a little bit wonky out of Andy Jackson's hands. Normally if you see too much spin on that, that'll get you called for a double.
And then John Cook will spend a timeout for Nebraska as Penn State makes it 3 consecutive points to whittle down the Husker advantage to 2. Well, you hope when you get a setting in a matchup like this that it delivers. Feels like it has.
Definitely feels like it has. When you hear about a whiteout at Penn State in Rec Hall, one of the greatest atmospheres in college volleyball, you hope that the match lives up to the hype. Certainly it lived up to the hype. 5th set, 8-6. You know, this home crowd, of course, hoping that Penn State makes a run, but what Nebraska's done to come back in this game with their backs against the wall has been remarkable.
The one thing that's been intriguing is that the leader in a set has kind of held it the rest of the way. Penn State convincingly won, and really with Nebraska not able to kind of come back in set 2, and then the Huskers kind of quelled the crowd, so we haven't had that kind of ping-pong back-and-forth affair, especially late in sets.
And we've seen right away when a team snatches those first couple points, they're able to go on runs. It gives you confidence early on in sets when you make a few extra plays and go up on top. You're playing with a little bit less pressure than playing with your back against the wall trying to catch up the entire set.
And again, we talked about Nebraska's defensive adjustments to slow down Penn State's been one of the match changers here. Again, #1 of the nation in hitting percentage defense is Nebraska. Foes averaging just 125 against them. The best a team has done all season against Nebraska, Kentucky hit 243 against them and still didn't win. Penn State's hitting at 285 for the match, and it still might not be enough to get it done against this unbeaten team. Final stretch here in the 5th. Mercick still serving. And it'll continue. Allie Holland standing up.
This Penn State block has been electric all night long. 16 on the night so far. It's, of course, been a massive wall up front for Nebraska to try to hit around. Allie Holland just been stifling.
4-0 run here, Penn State. With a bomb.
Beeson with an easy one and done. She makes these shots look like butter, going right inside the block. So comfortable on that crossbody swing.
You can expect a lot of balls to be going to 13 in red and 9 in white here down the stretch. 20 or more kills for both Beeson and Mercick. Serve from Beeson finds the net.
Few errors strung together. All of a sudden, it feels like Penn State's back in this game at one point after being down a few points.
Yeah, really intriguing here for Penn State to work back in. And 8 kills, 4 errors for Nebraska in this set. Just 1 kill and 1 error for Penn State offensively. They've done it with defense, and now a little offense to tie us at 9.
Penn State down at one point, 4 points in just this set, coming roaring back. It's tough to stop this team when they've got momentum and this crowd behind their back.
9-all. #1 of the nation, been perfect all year. Tested again. How about Batenhorst kind of blowing through her teammates to put that away and then apologizing after the fact?
It looked like it might have been a miscommunication error, but still they found a way to put this ball down.
Have a laugh about it because it went in Nebraska's favor. And let's see.
Penn State is challenging in that ball.
Penn State wants to see if there was someone into the net. Yeah, we talked about kind of the miscommunication here. Let's see what transpired.
Penn State looking for that net call, so if someone maybe grabbed it, but it looked like it was the ball coming down. Definitely making that net move. But no Nebraska player in the net.
Again, Beeson was charging at the back row, but Batenhorst thought it was hers, took it, made it.
Kind of questionable whose set that really was. Could have been really leading there. Beeson from the back row, but Allie Batenhorst kind of wanted a piece of it.
Again, stays with the Huskers.
And Penn State out of timeouts, maybe just using that as somewhat of a stalling tactic.
10-9 Nebraska. Fifth set fun here at Rec Hall. Pedraza once had it. Off the block. And in a tough spot, you saw Choboy, the freshman, screaming over into our location and runs out of room.
Hustle play for Nebraska, but Penn State finds a way to continue that momentum on.
There is room here behind the baselines. There is not a lot of room on the sidelines here at Rec Hall. 10-all. And Menger returns again to serve as she's done the last couple of sets. And that one to the tape.
Nothing will stall your momentum more other than a miss serve right into the bottom of the tape. From here on out, both teams in that red zone, 5 points to close the game. You have to be as error-free as possible.
So Pedraza, again, who checked out with Menger in to serve, right back in. Serve from Maisie Bosiger. Sophomore comes in and sets the table. Alec smashing it down.
A high-pressure moment. You have a serving sub come in and do their job. Gets the other team out of system, forcing that overpass. Becca Alec makes that easy work putting it down.
Well, the sophomore from Nebraska coming in here in a big spot in the fifth and triggering a massive point for the Huskers. Can she do it again? Nope. Merzen gets the side out.
Expect Mac Pedraza to keep finding Jess Merzick, whether she's in that front or the back court. She becomes their go-to attacker late in sets. When they need a point, they will go to Merzick every time.
21st kill of the evening for Merzen.
Penn State back in their best rotation, too.
Stark serving. Riley looking for more. Working the block efficiently.
Zoe Wetherington has been a massive force for Penn State up front. Harper Murray made a great adjustment, swinging high hands rather than right down into it in terms of two of the best blockers for Penn State.
Nebraska 2 points away from staying perfect. Short serve, Stark overpass. Alec puts it away. But wait. Call against Nebraska, point Penn State.
Now follow through, Becca Alec coming down right into the top of the tape, getting a little bit too aggressive on that swing.
Well, the Huskers in mid-celebration, and there's a look. Clear. John Cook gonna take a timeout, and how about that massive swing? Again, set point, you're up 3, and now take the set point off the table and a 1 point difference.
Nebraska's server did a great job forcing this play again, out of system, an overpass. It's an easy put down for the middle. Becca Alec normally so clean on those swings. We saw her do it the point before, just a little bit too aggressive on the swing down, a little bit too close to the net.
Tried to keep that wrist off and couldn't. So the timeout here. Penn State, again, trying to summon the energy and boosted by this crowd here in the fifth after kind of losing their way in large part because of increased pressure for the Huskers in sets 3 and 4, but still with an opportunity to pull the upset.
Penn State coming off of that 5-set loss to Michigan State. These are the moments they want to be cleaner. They were down also in that fifth, came back to tie it up. They weren't able to close it out. Katie Schumacher-Colley wants to learn from her team. Can they handle these big moments?
Again, everybody in the conference asking the question, can anybody beat Nebraska and Wisconsin this season between those two beating each other? Again, Nebraska won round 1 of the battle of 1 and 2 in the nation. Who else is in the Big Ten going to be able to step up and fight with those top two? Penn State has a chance to say, it's us. Sophomore Grimes serving. Riley for Beeson. Blocked. Number 17 helping lead block 17 of the night for Penn State with help from Allie Holland.
Weatherington has been the difference tonight, racking up her 8th block of the night. Massive.
13 all. First contact, Murray. She'll get the swing. And the pass from Pedraza out of bounds. Nebraska does have a match point.
A big chaotic swing. They give it to their freshman. She handles that big moment to send her back to the service line.
Murray serving. Bursick had to bump it up, just a roll shot over from Starr. Rodriguez teeing up Beeson, and that will do it. Nebraska survives in 5. John Cook told his team to embrace the challenge. Took a while, but they wrapped 2 big Cornhusker arms around it and got it done here in 5.
With Nebraska's backs against the wall, down 0-2 in one of the toughest environments in college volleyball, they made it happen. Their defense stepped up when it matters most, and in this last point, they went right back to their veteran, someone who's been so steady for them all season long, Merritt Beeson, with that final kill to put it away.
27th kill for her. A Husker career high. John Cook in the background looking and watching his team come all the way back. And he understands what it's like to win on the road in this conference and in this building. Hard fought and well earned from the #1 team in the land that stay perfect. 22-0 Nebraska on the season. They get it done with the reverse sweep coming from the 2 sets to none hole to take the next 3 and get it done against Penn State. Again, the Nittany Lions hit 298 for the match. That's the best anybody's done this season against Penn State. Or Penn State against Nebraska, but still, they've gotten things done. How about we hear from the winners? Here's Emily with Merritt Beeson.
Merritt, what a 5th set. Your team down 0-2. What did it take to come back and win this match?
I think the first 2 sets we weren't really playing like ourselves, and we were kind of trying to do a whole lot, trying to do a little extra than we needed to do, and at the end of the day, we just needed to be ourselves, and that's what we talked about in between the 2 sets, is we were like, look, we just have to do our job, do what we do every day in practice, be ourselves. You don't have to be anyone else, and your good is good enough, and that's ultimately what we did. We came out and played Nebraska volleyball, and that was the difference.
Well, your good was certainly good enough. A career-high night for you, 27 kills. What is it about these big moments that causes you to elevate your play even more?
I love them. I love when I'm in a tough environment, and I love the adrenaline, and I don't know, I just have always thrived off of them, and I know that my team needs me in those moments, and I think that's what fuels me, is when the team needs me the most, I'm going to step up, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that we win, and so I know they have my back, so they give me the freedom to do that, but I love them for sure.
Let's talk about that big environment, because this is one of the toughest road games that your team has played all season. What did you learn about the composure of this young squad?
I think in the first 2 sets, we kind of were a little bit shaky, if I'm going to be honest. And I think the way that we were able to completely reset and wipe the slate clean was really special in a young team. And a young team doesn't have these kind of experiences, so we're going to have to figure it out as we go. And we know that, and we're accepting that. And we're not trying to be some super senior team who knows it all. We know what we need to work on, and we accept those tough moments and tough environments and figure it out.
Thank you, Merritt. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Well, after the serious sweat, some smiles, and that perfect season led by Beeson, still alive here for Nebraska as they get it done. 3-2, rallying from down here against a game bunch of Penn State Nittany Lions. That'll do it from State College. So glad to have you with us, Remy Lehman and our entire crew. This is Jason Knapp. Don't go anywhere first. That was the perfect table setter for the premiere of the big story, Nebraska volleyball, which starts right now.